From where I'm standing, it seems like you were just helping yourself to some sleep.
Fucking.
So for all I know, you might be asleep right now.
Screw you.
Yeah, you see how tired he sounded when he said that? Jesus, he's defeated.
God, I fucking you waited to turn on the stream to act like this.
What do you mean? I was gone.
Yeah,
I was playing Jeweled.
Want something custom made? You just tell me what you need.
Don't hate on Jeweled. It's a good time.
Want something?
Hey, Richie, I'm gonna fucking
you need something repaired.
Call you old too if I hear you're playing that game.
Jeweled? Yeah. It's your place. I'm gonna be sitting there playing at a fucking max volume. You say, what the hell you playing? I'm saying I'm playing Jeweled on the dumper.
You'll get kicked out. I don't give a fuck.
That's crazy. Kicks the black guy out of his face.
Yep, it's because I'm racist.
Good for you, man.
I hate this fight. This fight sucks. Well, I guess I get to agree to everything. Nobody seems to want anything. God damn it, this is shit for scholars. Fuck. Get everything but my class. Or any of my 2 classes.
Hey, you need scouting gear.
I need scouting or I need summoner gear or casting gear.
Aiming accessories. Aiming accessories. Remember that.
Well, I'm greeting everything. My team's just letting me have everything.
Yeah, just see what you can wear. Fuck it. Is that a swastika? No. It's not a swastika.
Jesus.
It was a Minecraft Movie 2 poster. They got a little too close with that.
Of course, it's Minecraft. When they get close with it.
The wish. Let's enjoy this.
You mean the family-friendly Jack Black movie?
Family-friendly, yes.
Hard.
Well met then. What colors
Ooh.
speaking to you today?
Fuck you. It's another fucking sage. Well, at least my sage will have gear, I guess, if I ever decide to fucking heal high-level shit with that character. Oh, the rocks. Fuck that shit. Am I gonna die? Yup. Hate this game. I hate everything right now. I do want to get on Space Marine. I want to do that fucking weekly.
Need help?
Yeah, what is this? Vox, this exfiltration, right?
The one with the Trigon.
Exfiltration, yep. Trying to just save up as many points as I can. I'm gonna be so happy if the next fucking set of weapons are heroic axe.
I do believe that the data mines has one listed. I saw a video talking about it just last night. The axe was the only thing that was data mined from the heroics, though. So the other ones are still very debatable. The other thing that was very interesting, probably the most interesting thing of the data mine leaks, was that we might be getting our first ever submachine gun as a secondary.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. Furthermore, beyond that, it might be a submachine gun variant of the Bolt carbine or the auto bolt, whatever. I think the shitty one.
Nobody uses.
I don't know. They all have the fucking bolt word in it, so I don't know which one is which when it comes to those guns. They all start sounding the same. What are you doing this as?
Not doing it as anything right now.
Oh,
Uh-uh.
fuck.
I got so many characters I can pick from. It doesn't matter. Greatest Labyrinth.
Nerderotic.com.
The DCU's hashtag Wonder Woman reboot has one clear requirement, Chris. It needs to be directed by a woman. Now, I would possibly die of laughter if they had a trans person direct it, but with James Gunn reshaping the franchise, the next take on Diana carries the weight of what made Wonder Woman such a cultural milestone in the first place. Yeah, a character that was created by a guy who was shacking up with two women into BDSM.
Yeah.
Empowerment. That's what I'm talking about.
What? Oh,
That
fuck
film
off.
didn't just succeed because of scale. It resonated because of the perspective behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Something this reboot can't afford to lose. So, is he purposefully forgetting Wonder Woman 84? You saw Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah,
I
did.
saw Wonder Woman 84.
And I saw your post about it.
Yeah, I saw Wonder Woman rape a guy. And I saw the director and everybody who worked on it not realize it until it hit the public. And the public brought it up. And they're like, oh, yeah. No, he didn't. She didn't. But she did. Let's just reverse the scenarios in that situation. If it was a man doing that to a woman, how would they react?
Yeah. Well, they're saying that
Everything
I
can
guess the rumor is
eat
Craig
my
Gillespie
ass.
maybe
And I feel like I just
Woman.
literally killed a
Oh,
squeaky
so that's
toy.
why Collider,
What the hell was that
a
fight,
woman
Ted?
needs to do it.
Right.
So the guy who directed, he's got a weird voice, by the way.
Craig Gillespie.
Supergirl, yeah.
Hey guys,
It just hops in the water, just chips.
Supergirl, it's gonna be fabulous.
she's gonna be fabulous. She's gonna be great. You're gonna like it. She's badass. She'll punch you in the face. She's got her boots on and her trench coat. She drinks.
Oh, I got
Yes.
earrings of.
But
Damn
this
it, I
whole
got earrings
thing
of
of the
casting.
press, like,
Well,
it
I
just
go to my
it kind of
summoner at
annoys
least.
me. Like, here are the reasons.
The Access Media
Uh,
has destroyed fandom, Chris.
Yeah.
Like, utterly destroyed it. And that's why they
Divided it.
write so many
that's fine.
so many articles
Like I said,
about
if Invincible
toxic
gets all the
fandom.
gear first,
when-
I'll
when-
just take them and I'll take
I
it.
hate
don't
using
care.
the word toxic in any way.
Doesn't matter.
'Cause it's super gay. But they are the toxic ones.
That's it.
And they have been doing it for years and years. And that's why they try to blame so much of the fans, because the Access Media hates fandom. Always has hated fandom. Looks down on fandom. Of course, they want you to read their sites and buy their ads, which you are doing less and less every day. So God bless you. And they felt like they were the voice of fandom, especially when a bunch of tourists came in when nerddom started rising in the early 2000s, and you had a bunch of political washouts or political journalist washouts get into gaming journalism. And, that's how Gamergate started, and entertainment journalism and nerd journalism. and they thought they were going to be the tastemakers and they were going to push fandom where it needed to be. And they actually did get a lot of influence with the corporations. That's why a lot of the changes we see now is from pressure of what Collider just did. There needs to be a female director. And they did that 10 years ago and it worked. Why do you think Kevin Feige came up with the MCU, which he did? It's because of pressure after Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman succeeded. All he got was, why aren't there more females in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And all of them in the Access Media talk like that. So Kai, maybe a little more vocal growl and stuff. And he finally answered in 2018. He's all, yeah, we're gonna put more women in. I'm paraphrasing, but we're gonna put more women in than men, and they did it. And we got the Wasp and Ant-Man, which was kind of the prequel to the MCU. Then we got the scene in Endgame, or Captain Marvel, the scene in Endgame, and then they were off to the races. And that was from pressure from the media. And they took something that was working fine, nobody was really complaining about, except for the Access Media. And it also coincided with, and this has been covered a lot, but that Facebook poll from 2014.
Oh yeah.
Which, if you are interested in comics, and half the population said yes. Now, they didn't say, do you buy comics? Are you an active reader? No, you're interested in them. So the publishers, the comic publishers and Hollywood saw that and go, we need half of our staff to be women, like overnight.
Well, I think that attitude has ruined everything.
Yes, because there wasn't enough women interested, and more importantly, good enough to do that job, because they weren't interested. There wasn't enough women interested.
A quick stat, Gary, off the top of your head. You ran a comic store,
Yep.
the Comic Outpost. How many
Production
women
Warrior,
had
Pla-
pull lists?
Plasma Magnet.
Weekly pull lists. You got, I don't know how many people you had that had pull lists, but what was the, percentage male, female?
So I tried really hard, Chris, to have more, like we were a family store. So I got it up to 15%, but normally it's like between 5 and 10%. Of the 5 and 10%, almost 100% were lesbian.
Good. There you go.
Almost.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, like 15% tops, and that's probably in like the progressive city of San Francisco. It's probably way different other places. Yeah, there just weren't that many women who were avid readers of comic books, and it's okay. But they really believed that half of their customer base and audience was female when it wasn't. It just wasn't. And when they had female-led comic books, well, mostly men bought Wonder Woman. I think a couple of women picked up Wonder Woman, but it was the vast majority was men. More women bought Spider-Man by percentages in my store than bought Wonder Woman. DC needs Supergirl to succeed, like badly. I think the highest potential it has is to be a pretty good movie that's going to do $400 million and be completely forgotten within a week or two. I think that would be my prediction.
And I actually think that's high. I think
might be.
I think it's high. Any failure will be blamed on sexism.
Of course.
But then you can point to, how much did Wonder Woman make?
First one.
Yeah, the first one.
Almost $900 million,
That's huge.
but different times.
Yeah.
Different times. With the discourse going around with Supergirl right now, it's the Mary Sue's been on a rampage going after Drinker and everybody, and you're just afraid to have women, female superheroes in movies. And I'd like to remind Rachel Leichman, the reason she's even around as a character is a bunch of dudes bought her comic book. So I don't think so. Brie Larson chat is making a comeback.
No, seeing her on the press tour, she's her body language is different. She is smiling. I think she looked at someone like Sydney Sweeney, saw her getting all this love, her being apolitical or staying out of it, making brand deals left and right. I mean, I'll bet Sydney Sweeney's making more money on her brand deals.
Oh yeah,
than movies.
Oh yeah,
100%. That's
well,
why
you know how much
they all have a liquor brand. Every celeb has a tequila or whatever. There's too much money in it to not. And I think Brie Larson had to come to, like, my film career may not work out. In lieu of that, I'm going to smile. I'm going to be happy I'm here. I'm going to be happy and appreciative. I'm at the table. I'm not going to speak negatively about anyone. It had an effect. And she's seen examples of people who flamed out, like Rachel Zegler, and people who have succeeded, like Sydney Sweeney. And Brie Larson is a changed woman. I don't know that she'll ever address it.
She doesn't need to.
She doesn't need to. Just be the positive. You know what? She may turn up in Secret Wars.
Be the change you want to be.
Yeah, just
Brie.
be it.
Be the change you want to be.
But I think the public is very forgiving when it comes
Certainly.
to certain things. It's like, you know what? I got caught up, blah, blah, blah. I regret things I've said. I'm going to talk to you about movies and my role and how happy I am to be here. But the press does bait people. It is, when I see these articles, I got to sift through and like, how did they bait? I mean, I almost like to see the video of Millie Alcock doing that interview for Vanity Fair. Like,
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
How was she baited by that journalist?
Well, and again, she's just like Platoon said, she's just regurgitating shit she's heard.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she knows what she said. For all I know, she didn't.
Yeah, the pod people thing, that was great. What he said.
But that's where the Access Media comes in. In one of the Geeks and Gamers article that Mary Sue wrote, there is a paragraph that I'm going to paraphrase. It's we need to change fandom. We need to change fandom. It's our job to change, and that has been their attitude from the get-go. Right.
Mhm.
But the problem is they're not authentic. And that's why they have been losing any clout they ever had. And they did have it. They did have it. Even the Mary Sue probably had some clout at some time 10 years ago, but it's gone now. If you remember, God, it was 8 years ago. Remember Sci-Fi S when they're called Siffy now. Are they even still around? They had a podcast. And one of the guys in the podcast said, sure, we throw softball questions because we want to maintain our access. That's where the Access Media was born. That's where all that was born. It's in one of my Captain Marvel videos from many, many years ago. And once I heard that, we all knew what was going on, but it's completely different to hear them just come out and say it. And what they trade is, it's not money. That would make more sense. No, it's just a free screener in 480p. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. And to maintain their access, then they have to run defense for the corporations and the corporations are completely happy about it. It's a bunch of free marketing for them. And they have their shield in the media. And this has allowed this era to continue for so long because they'll hear from the media. Well, look at that, man. They also run out the preemptive articles like they did with Papa Sweetu. They did it with Obi-Wan as well, with Moses Ingram, where they get out ahead of something. They know it's a controversial decision, and it's a controversial decision that was a casting or a character choice that was made with social and political motivations and not creative motivations. And that's what people get upset about with race swaps. It's not the race swap itself. It's the motivation behind it. And the motivation behind it is we are trying to be more inclusive, Chris, by being racist. There's too many white people here. So we need to mix it up a little bit. I wish I had that clip. That's racist. That's actually racist. And people are starting to recognize it. And the media supports this stuff. And listen, they're just trying to get attention and clicks for themselves. So now the gaslighting has gotten so much, you have Screen Rant going, Lord of the Rings is hard to watch today. I'm sure that idiot believes that, but I know why they put it up there, to get engagement, right? And then they want to make article after article after article about toxic fandom, but they ignore other parts that are worse. You never have an article calling out
oh my god, Teddy
shippers.
Yeah,
Shippers are like the
I
hardcore
could do
shippers,
Arcadian
a
on my
bizarre
summer.
sect of fandom that throws death
Nice.
threats at
Okay,
actors
give me a second.
regularly
I had a shit ton.
because they don't get their fake relationship. It's
That
insane.
Shit ton of fucking just summoner drops
shipping.
out that dungeon.
Absolutely ruined fandom. You know,
Oh God,
Nerd Cookies.
fucking
I'd like to
Jesus.
say I was surprised that the people are shipping Grace and Rocky.
First things first.
Do they call it Grocky?
What?
Glam my
W-
beard.
when-
Is
No.
that real?
No,
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't want to think that way. Gross. Come on.
We live in a society, X-Ray girl.
Well, I mean, then you think about Milking Farm, and that was a thing, and I guess it would make sense.
Yeah. And it's that side of fandom that the Access Media has fully supported. And the companies go, well, they're writing about it. They must want more of it in our movies. They're writing about inclusion all the time. They must want more of it. And I don't want to relieve the corporations and the people who make these decisions of responsibility. They are completely down. They have drank the Kool-Aid. But now we're in this tenuous period of change in Hollywood. They definitely are dialing back, despite what I just watched in Daredevil. They are dialing stuff back, but they don't know what to do. So we're left with this era of slop. Due to their obsession of identity politics, they have lost their identity and they've lost all confidence. So, well, we brought Daredevil back and Kingpin. Of course, we filled it with a bunch of characters nobody cares about, and we have to still have the power dynamics of intersectional feminism, but we brought them back. You should be happy. And it's like, no, we just want a good story with characters we care about. And I think Daredevil's the best example because you took Karen Page, a character everybody loved, and made her completely annoying. What is a shipper? A shipper is somebody who watches entertainment and wants two characters to basically have sex. It goes way back, but if you want to go to I guess the earlier innocent days would be the X-Files with Mulder and Scully. There you go.
I see. I find this funny because
That's
it's
a
like,
meme,
oh, they're
yeah.
like the best of friends, but like
It's
I would
relationship. So the ship at relationship is the shipper. Tumblr people, yes. Like Tumblr's gone, but we still feel the ramifications. I mean, I guess it's still around, but not what it used to be.
These are funny. I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm disgusted by those shippers.
Remember when Tumblr tightened up their terms of service and everybody left because they couldn't put all their weird shipper pervert art up anymore? Then they went to Twitter, and then now they're at Blue Sky. Where are they at now?
I never got into that degenerate.
And neither did I. I just felt the ramifications and everything we loved. Everything we loved.
aka Cat in Chat, who was covered on multiple channels such as Muujin, Rima, and myself there, as you can see simply from typing in Cat in Chat Doki, because this was the YouTuber that 10 months ago made this entire hit piece video on Doki, which you can actually see right here. But why are we here talking about this Twitch streamer, this YouTuber who failed to cancel Doki Bird 10 months ago? Why are we talking about her again today? Well, as you can see here on her recent Twitch stream from the other day, she actually had on Twitch CEO Dan Clancy. Now, really quick, if you're out of the loop on the failed Doki Bird hit piece video I've referenced multiple times now from Cat Liente, well, there's a lot of context to all of that. Consider watching Muujin's video or Rima's or any of my videos or anyone else's videos on that topic. Kind of a lot to unpack here right now. But it was a complete misrepresentation of a situation Doki was involved with. To put it simply, really doing her best, Cat Liente's best, to make Doki look bad. The whole thing failed, as mentioned. Anyways, back to the interview. It's funny that Cat Liente gets Dan Clancy for like an hour-long interview here because she seems to really hate VTubers, definitely seems to hate Doki Bird, and Twitch has a reputation for also disproportionately being biased against VTubers. For example, female VTubers on Twitch will get like 2-week or longer suspensions for really things that are nothing burgers. And then you have female streamers on Twitch that are not VTubers doing things that actually break the TOS, and they don't get any repercussions at all.
Nice.
Or if they do, it's like a tiny slap on the wrist.
Never
By the
fucking
way,
happens.
a lot of this is women on women hate. Like I just explained, it's female streamers hating female VTuber streamers. And a lot of this insecurity from them and these female-led organizations on Twitch actually goes back to around 2020 when Project Melody initially went from the website she was on, which was an adult website, over to Twitch, and we saw a lot of those women that are all about feminism and female empowerment suddenly showing a lot of hate and explicit language directed at Project Melody because they felt very insecure when she went over to Twitch. So there's a bit of history here, but we're not going to go down memory lane entirely. That's just a little bit of context. VTuber Alicia finds out about this collab between Dan Clancy and Catliente. She goes on to tweet about this from earlier today, saying, "Reminder that the girl interviewing Dan Clancy," that of course being Cat in Chat, aka Catliente, "is the person who doxed my entire government name. My middle name was never public because I'm named after my aunt who passed away. She also clickbaited my cancer in her video title and lied saying I beat it when I didn't, causing my friends to reach out to me and fans freaking out in excitement just for me to have to cry and break their hearts saying, no, I'm still fighting." I also covered Alicia's situation with Catliente about 10 months ago. And the whole thing is actually a little crazier than that, because after Alicia called Cat out, if I recall, Cat didn't apologize until a good bit of time later, once she saw that the situation was not going away, and she kept getting more and more public backlash. Cat then decided to make a public non-apology post, which included an image of her donating the cancer clickbait video of Alicia to Alicia. But in the screenshot, that's where it showed Alicia's full name. It was like a PayPal donation, if I recall, except Cat did somewhat redact Alicia's name, but the redaction was done in such a lazy, poor way that anyone could still make out Alicia's full name. Specifically, it was like a marker line or two that was done through the middle of the letters. So again, anyone could actually make out the full name. This caused people to speculate further if Cat was really that immensely incompetent, or if she was doing this on purpose out of malice. As for Doki, Cat never apologized to Doki. Doki even made a response to Cat's hit piece video on her, and Doki's response was pretty good. It disproved a lot of the stuff that Cat was claiming about Doki, and Cat never did a follow-up or anything, which really made it look like Cat was never interested in trying to get to the truth of the matter that she centered her entire hit piece video core on regarding Doki. No, it only made her further look like it was supposed to be some disingenuous hit piece, and that's why she never covered Doki's response and never apologized to Doki either. Now fast forward 10 months, and we see that Dan Clancy is getting interviewed for an hour on Cat's channel, and it's like of all the people for him to pick, he goes on that stream. The reason for this could be because Cat was somewhat recently a part of this event called the Creator Accelerator by an organization called Blurp, where they had Cat on as a speaker to apparently educate others on content creation. And that's hilarious too. Imagine someone who has a terrible reputation for her own misconduct in content creation being brought on to teach other people about content creation. And indeed, on the stream of Cat interviewing Dan Clancy, you can see at the bottom the overlay there saying Creator Accelerator and having the Blurp logo and all that. On Cat's Twitter account, you can find that she retweeted this post from Blurp about their Creator Accelerator program. I scrolled a little bit to see any more information about this, and I actually, as you can see, 2 posts down, saw this interesting series of tweets from Cat. Reads from February 1st, "I had an existing half-completed contract with Advanced GG that started years prior, and due to delays was set to be fully fulfilled this year. After seeing them consistently side with a creator that has sent hate and harassment towards many, I've chosen to part ways. Even if this creator has since been let go, I cannot in good faith support a company that has turned a blind eye to their behavior for so long. Also, screw ICE." Given the time frame of that tweet, it's likely in vague reference to the Rev Straub Advanced GG situation back in February. And it's hilarious that Cat's really going to sit there virtue signaling about this situation, talking about sending people hate and harassment, after the massive hit piece video that she made on Doki Bird, and again, she never covered Doki's response. It's always the same with people like this. They virtue signal to cover their own misconduct. Oh wow, here's Cat talking about the Creator Accelerator program. Let's see what she has to say about this.
And the overall goal again is to help creators learn to market themselves, to help you guys all grow as creators, get more views, get more followers, and overall grow your presence on social media. Which, let's take a peep at how that turned out. First up, we had 20 speaking sessions with a lot of lovely speakers. We had Sense, Tom Morrow, Michael Bavol, Tyler and Sophia Niergaard. I'm so sorry, I'm not pronouncing their name correctly. And Dan Clancy being the very, very last speaker that we had on yesterday.
Don't worry, Cat, I got you. It's like the game High Guard, but replace the high with nigh, and there you go. Returning to Alicia's tweet, she was responding to this account, Hyrule Fashion Week, that was talking about the interview between Catlante and Dan Clancy, specifically saying, I disagreed with Dan Clancy when he said that quote-unquote lurkers is a negative term. I said it's not, he said it is, and my follow-up question was auto-modded for no reason. I honestly don't understand how Twitch works anymore. Shake my head. Maybe I'm the one out of the loop here, but I don't think lurkers is a negative term. It just means someone who's watching or listening and not really commenting, right? Like, that's not a big deal at all. It's a totally normal thing. How is lurkers a negative term? It's funny if Dan looks at it as a negative term because they're like not actively engaging with the platform. Like, he hates the lurkers out there. Like, oh, you're not engaging, that's bad for us, that's a negative term. I don't know if that's what he's getting at, but it's kind of funny. And then the auto mod thing, yeah, it's a interesting look. I'd be curious to find that clip of Dan Clancy talking about the lurkers in the stream, but to be quite frank, I'm not going to spend any time watching that interview, let alone going through an hour of it to find that specific part. But I did find the news itself interesting, as well as Alicia's response to this collab, this interview. Let me know what you think about the latest. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.
If you're ever selling on the border, I need something. Okay. And she, for some reason, parked my car inside the garage where it should not be. So it should not be in the garage at all. So I don't get it. This is why I tell you I don't understand women. Women are some of the most impulsive fucking creatures. Dumbasses. Well, I hope Ava's got his stream. I mean, I hope he got himself deaf. Saying a lot of massage and stuff.
I don't.
Oh, shit.
It's fine. I think you should clarify or specify the kind of women you're talking about.
Black women.
There you go.
Don't type of women that get on my fucking nerves. I'm scared to go move my damn car, so I don't know what the damn cute like. Should I place this order after this Arcadia fight or before? That's a serious question.
Hey, you fucking troll.
You walked away as you said it.
No, I stood in
He
place.
was right there.
I said, should I order this before the Arcadia fight or after?
That is king controlling.
Not true. Shut the fuck up. Eat my ass.
He still ain't answered the question.
Oh man.
I don't know how long this fucking queue's gonna last.
Oh
Maybe don't wait till after.
Okay, we got 2 healers. We got 2 of the tough roles to fill. You got use a tank, so 2 of the fucking hard roles to fill are almost filled. I'll wait. As soon as we get the pop off fucking shit. What you say, you fucking freak?
He didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh
What's up, man?
no.
I hate you. Make my character a rabbit after this, kid. How do you feel about that?
He falls up. You fucking. I'm gonna make my character a rabbit. Oh.
You'll find what you seek here.
Two fortification runs.
I have been waiting for you. Welcome. Wise choice.
remember this fight at all.
Wise choice. Wonder at May Wisdom Guide.
Bring this class to this fight, but fuck it. We're doing it.
Becoming
Hey, it's funny
increasingly
person. 2 of them.
impatient
Both
with
of them are
many of your
samurais.
complaints with the game. I've been playing since launch. I come back once in a while to grind out new content and catch up.
No lie, I
with
only listen to
fixes,
music
etc.
of these fights. I had
remember
never
when
actually
Ruthless
watched
was
the
the
fights.
most difficult, and the community complained about it being easy. I remember when we begged for wave mode that got increasingly difficult. I remember when
Wait,
people
what?
argued about whether prestiges were worth it. Oh wow, yeah, prestige perks are definitely worth it. They're really important. They are practically required for hard
Black.
stratagems in some cases.
Cat.
It would
Thank
seem
you.
much of what I read now
I tell
is
you-
how
I tell you
hard
this 6
slash
times right now.
or unfair the game is. We
Sam's
asked
new
for
Sam's
much
new
of this.
Viper.
Interesting.
Oh fuck!
And I
saw
would
my
like to
car
remind each of you, difficulty is chosen, not forced. It is okay if you cannot complete hard stratagems. You don't have to do them. All right. There is definitely an elephant in the room that needs to be addressed with the whole forced, difficulty situation here. Here's correct, by the way. Like, yeah, if you're
Okay,
if you're
if you
struggling
can't
on a
tell, get
certain
on the other
difficulty, just
side
go
and
down
Yes.
a little bit
side swap
and
one.
like do a couple
100%.
You'll be ready for
Yes.
that other difficulty.
I've
or
seen that
harder
mechanic so many
difficulties
fucking
much
times now.
sooner than you
You'll
think.
find what you
However,
seek here.
However, considering weeklies,
Considering
weeklies,
you
I
could tell
definitely
this is
think
their
there's an
favorite
interesting
mechanic.
discussion to follow
Visually
up with this.
telegraph.
Anytime I hear someone
the,
complaining equals skill issue,
side swap.
end
They
of
just
story.
love it. They're like,
Learn to scale down your
"Nice."
difficulty, gather the right teammates with comms. Going
Okay.
down and
I
failure
think I
of a
could
mission is
understand what this is.
always a
Just
result
don't be in
of-
between this shit.
All right. Player
Yeah, but it
cohesion,
swap stuff.
Oh, shit, I see
RNG,
that.
class choice, internet connection, game bugs. These are known variables. You knowingly
Need to
go into
game.
missions knowing these are possibilities. All right. Very interesting. I mean, I'm not too sure what their approach here with skill issue is because RNG and game bugs, I'm not too sure you can really play
Need to
around. I
game.
mean, it depends.
Damn,
I
bro,
will
there's
say
literally
something that
3
stands out to me with
samurais in here?
RNG.
What the hell?
And yes,
That's
when
what
it
that
comes
dude
to
said
you don't
that.
have to do them. Sure,
Pay
that's
attention, it goes in
probably
order.
true. but we do have weeklies now,
Shit.
and sometimes we get a weekly with
Okay,
a
there's only
mission
one I didn't
that
notice.
is called Vortex. I
Okay,
can
that
solo
one.
it on
I'm saying where
Absolute,
just
doesn't
you're
make
at, 'cause that's the
Vortex
only one I know
any
it's gonna come
less
up against.
badly designed. All right, yeah, I think this is a very
I think if it hits the
interesting
platform twice or
post
two, it
to
breaks.
reference here. When it comes to Vortex skill issues, I
Right,
think a lot
I'll
of
just do
people
the one you
would
were standing
say
on, it's
that
only
the
hit once.
Vortex Beast is pretty controversial.
Oh, now you want to order.
under the scope of a skill issue, because there are some moments where the Vortex Beast,
so it tells
in
you
my
where you're gonna get
opinion,
knocked
is
back
just
to.
not very fair. I mean,
You
at
don't
the
wanna
very
get
least,
to-
if you have a balanced weapon and
you
the
don't wanna get
Vortex
knocked back
Beast
onto a
is
broken
trying
platform.
to combo off in your face, that
You don't
can
wanna
be
get
pretty
towards a
difficult
broken
to deal
platform,
with,
you said?
especially
Yeah,
if
you
you're
don't
playing a
want
class
to like
like
if
heavy.
one is the
I
platforms
think
will
when
break
we're
if
in
you
the
hit
warp,
into it and
like
it's
when
already
the
been hit
Vortex
before.
Beast teleports us and we have to escape through the portal.
So you see like
the
how
Vortex
people are
Beast
like
can seriously
It-
throw
it-
some
it- the
pretty
indicator
mean
moves with
attacks
you.
there.
So you just
I
kinda
think
gotta,
if the
like, pay
Vortex
attention to
Beast
where you
really
are.
wanted to, they could have killed us in the warp
Oh, so, like, I'm
as
about to get
soon
hit.
as we jumped in. Like the
Yeah,
AoE
exactly.
attacks are pretty.
Yeah, you'll
mean.
get knocked
I
back
have
onto
seen
that
some
platform,
players
and it's
like
fine
die in the
because
warp, and
that
it's
platform is
practically
broken.
impossible to go and pick them up. That can be annoying. That said, I have talked about the Vortex Beast before, and I do think it is good
matter where you get
that we have
knocked
a
to in
boss this difficult.
Besides
But
not
I
getting knocked
also
the
think
fuck
we need to
off.
acknowledge that it is blatantly
No, my
unfair
fucking Garuda went. Ted,
at
put him back
certain
in it.
moments. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
let's
probably
see
in it,
about
so.
how potentially Vortex is badly
This
designed.
boss is pretty fucking big.
The mission is way too long. The objectives are tedious. The objectives are pretty nerve-wracking, but I kind of like it. Like they're not shut your brain
What is
off
that?
type of objectives.
Oh, she gonna cut
I
the
mean,
spots. I
honestly,
see.
you kind of just go
I get
into
it.
the altar,
Yeah.
or
Just don't
you
be
dodge
there
the
when he goes
AoEs.
off.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, I think
honestly
you
not
also
too bad.
don't wanna
Most
be-
importantly, the Mudalith Vortex
the
Beast
path of it.
is BS.
Yeah.
Way too many attacks, way too
Shut that
fast.
by one.
Spawns tentacles. Okay, you know what? Hold on. When I,
I
talk
know
about
this
the
one did get
Vortex
hit again
Beast,
over here.
I feel like there are times
Hey,
where
some of
I just
Phoenix.
completely
Again,
forget
you
about
know,
the
some of
tentacles.
these motherfuckers
I
like
hate the
once.
tentacles,
Oh,
man.
that guy's getting hit.
They are pretty terrible. Dude, the tentacles, I'm starting to realize, like, they take, like, one shot from a plasma, I believe. But if you have, like, a bolt weapon, you know, they can be pretty tanky. So I try to just walk up and parry them. But what's rough is, if a tentacle hits you from off screen and you have to get your contested health
Fuck
back,
that is.
all you see are tentacles.
Wait, what?
So you're not going to get your health back because you're not going
Oh.
to deal enough
Oh, yeah, I
damage
forgot about
because
that.
tentacles
Oh, she
technically
moved.
don't have
She
a
moved.
That's
crit
cool.
box,
Yes.
I believe. The parries do
She's gonna do
a
the
lot
same
of work,
thing.
though. To be honest, tentacles are just gimmicky
So
in a
standing
sense.
right where I am is fine. and then
Just
you can
enough
go to
health
her.
to not be
Oh,
one
shit.
shot by all
My dumbass
weapons,
almost
all
moved
while
when he
shooting
got
at you.
hit.
A final obligatory phase in which it regains health by absorbing spawning cultists. Okay. Okay, now we have that confirmed. I've fought the Vortex Beast so often, and I never really noticed this.
Okay,
I feel
you
like
just
whenever
got
I'm
there.
playing the Vortex Beast, we always have good damage. Like, the healing isn't really that big of a deal. It just comes down to what the Vortex Beast decides to do sometimes. And, like, yeah, if they go after the heavy, I kind of feel like, oh, geez, dude, the heavy's gonna go down or something like that. It can happen like that, unless you have Chains of Duty. But, like, even then, yeah, the crit box on the Vortex Beast is, like,
I think there's a reason I
pretty
listened to
weird.
hers, that
I never
they're
really
all
jumped
themed
into
that
it with the
much.
heroic
Wasn't that
bolt
really
sniper,
catchy.
though. So let me know in the comments if you have done that. More power to you. That's
Have fun.
definitely
Get
a challenge.
rolling all that shit.
Cultists you can't deal
Hey,
with
it's the
because
disco
of chaos
thing. How
spawns
do we
being
get that?
spammed at you. I mean, try to, like, perfect dodge the chaos spawn as you're rolling into the cultist snipers and stuff, right? That should work. That's wild though, but yeah, I get it. It feels as if this boss is from an entirely different game. It feels as if was only play tested on the easiest difficulty.
Wait, there's treasure?
Eh,
Oh, shit.
I think the devs
I
definitely
guess-
tried to
oh.
push
Do
this
I want
boss to
do
be
I want any
difficult.
of this crap?
Lethal is my default difficulty.
Ted,
I'm very far
do I
from
want
being
any
the
of this
best
stuff?
at this game, but I'm also far from
Yeah,
being
you want all of it.
incompetent.
Roll on
and
it,
it
yeah,
has
as much stuff
legit
as you
been
want.
pretty much the
But
only
don't
mission I
as much
fail
stuff as well, get it
regularly
all.
with
But
randoms.
just roll
Good
on
for you
everything.
if you can beat it without problems, but let's not
Need,
let
roll need on
hardcore
everything.
sweats
Don't roll greed,
invalidate
roll need.
legitimate gameplay criticism. Okay. I think there is.
You're gonna do that for the
legitimate
next
gameplay
6 ones.
criticism
You're,
with
yeah,
Vortex
it-
Beast,
if you go
but,
in
like,
Solution
I
9 as a
definitely
place,
think
you can go
it is
to it,
supposed
and
to
it'll let you
feel
exchange it for gear.
this difficult. And I did see a recent clip. That
Oh,
seems
so
pretty
like
funny for players
Alexander
who
trains.
first encountered the
Figured that
Vortex
out.
Beast and don't really know what to expect. All right, so this clip
Real
is called
question is,
second time fighting this guy, first
where the
time
fuck is the
as a
Howling
melee
Blade?
character. Yep, look at the health bar on the
me go
Vortex
get my
Beast
sister
there,
before she
dude.
gets some
Oh my
bullshit.
gosh, man. He was so close.
You gotta
He was
mix it
so
up now,
close.
Ted.
Like,
We gotta
look
say
at that,
their
dude.
codes.
Big
We
slam.
gotta say their code
Oh, my
names now.
God.
So a certain
I'm sorry,
somebody
this
doesn't know
clip
what we're
is so
talking about.
heartbreaking, dude. Look at his cooldown.
Hmm?
What? Why do we have to hide from the certain somebody? I'm okay with just like straight up saying, "Hey, Papa, queer."
What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know what he's on. He's like, we have to say code names, so Papa doesn't know what we're talking about. What the fuck is he talking about?
What are you doing? It's whatever you're doing is that he wants to hide it for some stupid reason.
It's the Arcadian raids. Maybe it's the music. Or something?
Oh, is there a theme in there? Is it his ready for battle thing?
They each have their own separate themes.
They all have lyrics talking about the raids.
No, actually, no, they don't. No, they do not all have lyrics. Some of them do. Some of them don't.
I don't know. I'm out of guesses. Maybe he's just being weird.
Maybe maybe it is a theme thing. Yeah, maybe you were spot on with that.
It's about time you got hungry.
Well, fuck you,
It's
Cups
gonna
Yummy.
be delicious. It's gonna be delicious. Just got this in to cook that dip. Bring me any ingredients you come across. Oh yeah?
Let me get rid of all the... No, I can't get rid of the Yummy cards. I can get rid of one of them. I'm never gonna play fucking Yummy. Yummy is a fucking deck for... B-May. Okay. Get rid of that card then, because I'm never gonna play that shit.
Hello, hello.
Character looks very scary. Cat lady. Is that Burger King?
Why she a bird?
No. Black Cat was having a crash out. I don't know. Enough for me and your kid. Oh God, this one is definitely Honeybee Lovely.
Oh yeah, second one is Honeybee Lovely for sure. This one is Honeybee Lovely. Before
Brother, just no, brother. Like their health pool is pretty crazy as well. Yeah, two. Well, they have one armor. Okay, I thought they had two armor. That's still insane though. That's a lot of damage. But yeah, see, like as a new player, this is your first impression of the Vortex Beast. It's always something like this, where it's like the Vortex Beast is very low, but then it just does an attack that is very hard to deal with. And then everyone just goes down. Like, I get it. That's rough. Hopefully, well, the Tech Marine is out there, right? So the Tech Marine avoided this. Dude, their Bulwark teammate goes down, right? Yeah, that's pretty... Wait, hold on. I actually want to just see that Bulwark real quick. This Bulwark, okay, no shield. Because it looks like they got stun locked a little bit. Yeah, okay. Yep, there they are. They're trying to, like, back away. Dude, probably hitboxes. Dude, yeah, I will admit, like, obviously this is a bad decision, right? Like, you should be more careful around the Vortex Beast, but it is pretty crazy how the Vortex Beast can just turn on this AoE attack with genuinely terrible hitboxes and just, like, nuke everybody. That is insane. Dude, that is such a tough attack to deal with in this game, man. I think most of the time that someone broadly complains about difficulty, there's actually something more specific that got them frustrated, and I usually agree with those specific complaints. Sometimes the game gives you situations where it's hard to imagine what a top-tier player could theoretically have done to survive it. That will frustrate anyone, understandably. Okay, considering that we have an example right here where you are playing a melee character, and yes, you don't know what the boss is doing, and at
Yeah,
some
these
point you
characters
can just
got
jump
no
in there and the
ass.
boss does an AoE attack that
Look at the
stun
Overwatch
locks you
characters.
and puts you on the ground
Waiting for you.
instantly,
You can
practically.
always tell me
Yeah,
when
so I will admit that's pretty rough.
I mean, I'm just saying he ain't wrong.
He's died. They either nerfed their ass, they just don't got
Mhm.
it back there.
They definitely nerfed their asses.
Tracer was the first big.
Tracer said nerf this. They took that. They took that.
Damn.
Jiva said nerf this.
Damn. Somewhere in the
Damn.
world, Harv just shivered.
I
He felt a
I-
disturbance in the
listen.
force.
Good. I hope he shivered. Fuck. I totally got it wrong.
As I say, on the 0.1% of the time that Ted gets an anime wrong, you, sir, are a fraud.
It's because of the no nap. I'm gonna blame that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna use that one right
Sure.
now.
Sure.
Yep, for sure. That's the reason. There can't be any other reason why I got it wrong. Not because I'm a dumbass.
However, I did note the cooldown. If the boss has an attack that is that powerful, like honestly, what did he? If they said top tier player. Like I don't know. This is pretty basic in my opinion. Is where it's like the boss is low. It has a super big attack that you need to be careful of. You probably have ran into this attack before already, considering the boss is low, right? So, in this case, just wait for your cooldown and then slam. Like, honestly, there's so many times where I'm playing with the Assault class where I do see that Vortex piece, you know, attack, and it's low, so I just jump up in the air and try to slam down. There has been times where it failed and I went down, but most times, you know, obviously we just finish off the boss fight because then it only needs like 1 or 2 shots. But it's still a bad play to just jump up in the air, slam down, go down, because this attack can just attack everything, you know, essentially. That laser attack for the Vortex Beast definitely has some pretty rough hitboxes. Like, even when I am playing it through a ranged character, I
Oh, you
am
put it in
backing
gear?
up
Okay.
and essentially just trying to circle around the Vortex Beast. But if I get hit, I really need to look for a way to get contested health back. Not to mention, sometimes there can be tentacles around there that's rough. And if you try to get contested health back on that Vortex Beast, I do believe it might aggro some lasers at you. I'm not 100% sure, but I will admit, if you're sitting there looking down at
So
your
people
trying to
are
get
definitely
contested health
salty
back,
about the new
when he's shooting
Yu-Gi-Oh
the lasers
stuff they
all
just
over the
released
place,
because
you are definitely still
they
in a very
release
dangerous
stuff
position
that isn't
because
actually available in
you'll do a
America
couple
yet.
shots, get your contested health back, and then you'll get hit.
I didn't
and
realize
then you
that
need to
until
trade
just
again,
now.
And that's pretty much how the
So
Vortex is
it's kind of one of those
where
situations
you're
where
pretty much stuck
like
in a
yeah, no
trap
wonder people
of
are gonna
refilling
be
your
fucking
contested health and then getting
bitching
immediately
and moaning
punished
about
for
this
it.
one.
It can be rough. It can be rough. So like honestly, yes, it will frustrate anyone. Is probably the best.
And with the
way
stuff
to
they have in
summarize
Japan,
it.
this is the best.
Games like
best
Elden
method
Ring
in
and
Japan.
Sekiro succeeded because while they are extremely difficult,
They come
most of
over
the
here
time
fucking
you
best
end
death
up
over here.
frustrated with yourself and not the game.
No, it's the best back.
Because
It's
you know
definitely the
what
best
you did
back in
wrong.
Master
In
Duel
other
right now.
words, the player
It plays
must
this stupid
understand
card. I'm
what's
reading this now.
expected of them.
It's
When
just
you
a
die
normal
and you
card
have
that
no
says
idea
your
what
opponent
you
can
could
only
have done
activate one
differently,
spell or trap
that
card
leads
each
to
turn.
complaints. And I think Space Marine 2 is guilty of doing that
Oh.
fairly regularly.
Oh, God.
Okay, yeah. As far as you have no idea
I mean,
what you
Odeon
could have
deck
done
will
differently,
suck.
I think even outside of the Vortex Beast or the example that we,
Yep.
you know, just saw, I think ultimately there are
This
definitely those
definitely hard
situations
captures
where
Odeon.
I'm looking back at it and I'm
Wanna
like,
see the
dude, I
toxic shit I'm
would have
looking at?
needed like some sort of foresight to just understand, dude, if you get out of that corner, you're gonna get sniped because there's a sniper locking onto you behind a wall, but you don't know it yet. Like,
I
that can
kinda
happen,
hard
but
leg on the
to
background
be
'cause he's
also
streaming right
perfectly
now.
honest, that is a very, very low chance of happening on the
honestly,
regular alert. You know, where you're just getting
dead.
hit by a sniper trying to snipe you behind a wall. You know,
I'm curious
And
about making.
Sometimes
They also
Chaos
released
snipers
new
can
stuff
do that
for
too,
Red.
which is a little annoying. And then there's just a lot to manage
Black Rose
on
Dragon.
the table when there's like a whole bunch of chaos snipers. Like,
Whoa.
you know,
Whoa.
Obelisk is also a
Whoa.
pretty good example here. But I think anything that is frustrating with Elden Ring or Sekiro, yeah, it's a little bit easier to deal with because of the checkpoints, right? For Space Marine 2, you just failed a 20-minute mission that you were like, you know, trying to complete. And then, yeah, you run into the Vortex Beast, You get him into like one-hit territory.
Damn, this
you
guy
go
is
try to
getting.
hit
I'm
him,
watching
but
this
then he
dude
gets
get
some
fucked.
sort of
He's trying to
damage
play
resistance,
DDD.
and then just shoots off a whole bunch of lasers and takes everybody out. Yeah, you can imagine that's pretty frustrating. Whether or not that's a skill issue is the question we are asking you guys today. So let me know in the comments how you guys feel about that. There's a mod for Hollow Knight called Any Radiance that's designed to virtually be unbeatable by breaking the established rules and patterns of the game's combat. Yet players beat that anyway. But you'll be hard-pressed to find anyone who will say the game should have been like that from the start, because there is such a thing as bad difficulty. Harder does not mean better, and just because something is beatable doesn't mean it's well designed. Interesting. I do think that's a fair way to approach this conversation. I mean, I think the reason why I like the fact that we have a very difficult boss in the game is because there basically it builds up a reputation, maybe a narrative that's kind of interesting. Like, Vortex is a completely different mission than any other mission because of the Vortex piece and the threat that it has. I mean, it's practically like a opposite of the Hive Tyrant boss fight, where people are jumping into decapitation. They like doing it because of the boss at the end. The Vortex is people avoid it because of the boss at the end, pretty much. I mean, dude, at the same time, though, it does feel very satisfying to complete. Yeah, well designed. I mean, in this game, look, the game can be pretty janky. I do think, to be completely honest, if we were to compare the cosmetics to the combat in this game and to ask which one's more well designed, I do think a lot of players would lean towards cosmetics. I mean, even with some of the recent complaints. I mean, obviously voice lines not considered, but different situation, I guess. Anyway, what would be the voice lines of gameplay in this game when grabs weren't fixed?
Wait,
right?
Blue Eyes
You got
Chaos
grabbed
Max
and lost all
Dragon.
your contested
Whoa.
health. That is rough. Dude, to be fair, though, Raveners can still grab you.
Yeah.
If you're alone, you get grabbed, right? Raveners can still grab you, give
You know
you
about Blue Eyes
an
Chaos
entire
Max?
health bar of contested health,
Whoa,
and
they
then
just
go
summoned Blue
underground.
Eyes Jet Dragon.
They can still do that. That's
I
pretty
know
funny, though.
what
It's
that
like-
is.
It's
But
like, all right, you got me. Like,
But
I'm not too sure what the devs
it's
can do
not
about that. So
Deep
it's like,
Eyes White
yeah,
Dragon.
sometimes it's just the nature of gaming, you know. But like, still, some of this can definitely be infuriating. But yeah, that Ravener example can seriously frustrate me to no end. I completely agree. Last week I tried to complete the weekly stratagem and managed to beat it on normal, but on hard I was completely obliterated in the final battle against the Vortex Beast. I didn't stand a chance in the 3 times I managed to reach it. I couldn't even defeat it in the first place. Okay, holy cow, I really hope we see what class they're playing here. Because at a certain point, I would just say, hey, dude, like, maybe that class isn't for you, or switch to melee weapon, you know, something like that, right? Or, like, seriously, just maybe use 1 or 2 of those perks that are very strong. That, I mean, to be honest, when it comes to the Vortex Beast, there's not really that much you can do. Like, Adrenaline Rush to heal yourself during the part where it spawns in enemies, it's pretty good. Banner, Bulwark, it's pretty good. If they're playing heavy here, I can imagine that's pretty frustrating, unless you have Chains of Duty. Dude, heavy might need a melee weapon considering these situations, but, you know, heavy is supposed to have damage that can seriously take out the Vortex Beast quick, or it should. Kraken Penetrator rounds would go a very far way here. We have talked about that. But I feel like with Tech Marine puts out great damage against the Vortex Beast. Obviously, Tactical does. Oh, Pyro Cannon. Yeah, if you're playing heavy and you're struggling with the Vortex Beast, the Pyro Cannon. Yeah, to be honest, heavy does have the Pyro Cannon. I was thinking about this the other day, honestly. I feel like if you were to fix heavy, you just have to make sure that heavy's weapons have really strong perks. I mean, obviously, we were talking about Kraken Penetrator rounds, as I mentioned, but that kind of just clicked to me. It's like, oh, wait, couldn't they just do that with, like, every weapon? Just put in, like, a really strong perk right at the end of the tree for a heavy weapon to make heavy builds feel better? Like, you know, Tactical's not running around with the heavy Plasma Incinerator. You're good if you just balance Heavy's weapon perks around their weapons. Okay, I'm getting distracted, obviously. I'm only talking about hard difficulty, but even though I beat it on normal, I had absolutely no fun. It felt like I was fighting an enemy that could do literally anything without any real consequences for its mistakes or appropriate punishments. Dude, man, not having fun with the Vortex Beast on normal is kind of rough, I will admit. I will say, like, at a certain point, Chaos can click where it's like, I get it, it's frustrating, but it is like a new experience to the game. Maybe go through more of like Reclamation, fighting the Tyranid Primes. I feel like the Vortex piece feels very similar to where you have the shock fields with the Tyranid Primes. I feel like that's, yeah, it feels like the Vortex piece is that part of that fight the entire time. Nah, that shock field situation is probably more difficult than what the Vortex Beast.
He was
can
going
do
against
at
the burn
peak,
deck,
but Vortex
and he
Beast
outburned
feels
their
more
burn deck.
consistently difficult. Well, and the warp situation, I don't know, it's comparable, I guess. You parry it, it continues its 8-hit combo. Okay, yeah, that's true, that's true. But you do have to just sit there and parry, and then it can also do like the laser attack, where you have to get like a gun strike to get your contested health back, just kind of trapping you. It can be rough. You dodge, it shoots you with this beam, you lower its health, it flees to a plane that you absolutely must escape from as soon as possible. Okay, well, relax. That's scripted. That's scripted. If it Chaos, could you imagine if the Vortex Beast could just do that? Like if it was just like, hey, you know what, you got me at low health, let me start spamming warp teleports. That would be crazy. But if you ignore it, it grabs you and takes away all your armor and some of your health, not to mention the Chaos Spawns, Cultists, etc. that appear mid-fight, and the Tentacles. Dude, honestly, Chaos Spawns are pretty rough, but they do feel a little bit controlled there. Like, honestly, it's like sometimes maybe 2, maybe 3 Chaos Spawns, which can be rough, but like, if you're playing with a team that can take out a pack of Majorus, you should be good. Chaos Spawn are rough when you see like 10. When you see 10 Chaos Spawn, it's really bad. I would say Tentacles are far larger threat than Chaos Spawn and Vortex Beast, but I think that's a hot take. It has an attack where it lunges at you, dealing damage. It also creates an area of effect attack if you don't run away instantly. Not to mention the wave similar to the Hive Tyrants. Oh yeah, the Hive Tyrants. How I am supposed to face an enemy that literally punishes me for punishing him for his mistakes? Zeech. It attacks constantly, has combos of up to 8 hits, area of effect attacks, multiple phases, can receive reinforcements mid-fight. What more could it need? Oh yes, that attack of 200 completely random lasers, yep, that we mentioned, where if you shoot while it's stationary, laser will completely deplete your armor and take away your health bar. Okay, so maybe the lasers do aggro? I thought they were like random. Interesting. If they aggro, maybe just sit there. I don't know, that's questionable. Let me know in the comments if you know anything about that. It's definitely not invincible, but it's far from being fair, balanced, and above all, fun boss to fight. Honestly, I don't have many complaints about Vortex as a mission, except that it's a bit longer and more tedious to play than what I'm used to. I feel like once you get halfway through the mission, you're just in the same place with different colored walls. I don't think they'll rework this mission or anything, so honestly, I don't think I'll be touching this operation again until, no, never again. Oh, jeez. Sorry for the long post. I didn't realize how long it was until I finished it. Well, you never know, like when you're maybe like a week or 2 into the game where you just feel like, dude, you know what? There's one thing I haven't done yet, and that was get comfortable with Vortex. And I feel like if you have a strong enough build or you get better in the game or whatever, more knowledge and all that, I think once you jump back into Vortex on normal, you will see that it's a bit easier, and then you'll think, wow, okay, hard mode is where it's at. And then once you beat the Vortex piece, because, you know, you get more practice and it's possible to do that, then you're in a position to just, you know, now you can finally play the game. now you can finally play the game. You can jump into hard strategy. Right? But yeah, dude, honestly, I think I get it. Like, this person feels like they're pretty defeated, but I still just think if you're just interested in playing the game, sometimes something just like itches your brain where it's like, well, there's one thing you haven't done yet, and then it starts to snowball. You know, that's good. Honestly, that's good. That's why I think it's good for the Vortex Beast to be powerful, essentially. But in the sense of like skill issues, it's like, dude, I do think the Vortex Beast is
that's obviously
pretty
just
blatantly unfair. I definitely think the devs tried to at least push it in the direction of difficulty.
Yeah, this is the
pretty unfair.
Part.
At the very least, there are moments that are unfair for players who are playing against the Vortex Beast for the first time. Like as we've seen with that clip, like they said that was the first time they were fighting the Vortex Beast with melee. Man, if they lost that fight, that would be unfortunate. That Vortex Beast was so broken. We did see the Tech Marine, who was on a mortal wound, but it was the last person alive, and the Vortex Beast had like a sliver of health, so I definitely think they won. I definitely think the Tech Marine finished the Vortex Beast there. Tech Marine, tactical, pyro cannons, pyro blasters, great against the Vortex Beast if you're struggling. I just found this to be an interesting conversation because I saw the post. I saw both of these posts actually at the same time, and I was like, oh, I don't know if they were referencing each other or whatever, but I definitely think this is an interesting conversation as far as skill issues.
If you see somebody already in it, don't stand in it.
Blatantly unfair mechanics. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this, and thanks for watching.
Don't get hit. This part is just simply don't get hit.
I might get hit. Jesus, so much shit on the screen.
Yep, it's bullet hell. I'm
Can't
not kidding.
Can't
That's what
cast
we
a
thought, though.
fucking spell. Oh my god.
Yeah, this part sucks for casters. You just focus on dodging. That's just all this boss kind of is a bullet hell. Not difficult to remember mechanics, but yeah, let's do it here. Hey, you having a good time, Richie?
I am definitely actually having a good time because I've been waiting for this for fucking God knows how long. It just sucks I didn't do it on the class I actually wanted to do it on, but fuck it, I don't care.
This just means if you get hit with something now, you get poisoned. Don't get hit. These expand, make little circles.
Oh god.
No, yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You guys split up after.
Oh, good thing Phoenix is healing me too, because I was poisoned. Oh, that's why you said it, because she actually said that. Okay.
Back marker.
Yeah.
You're gonna wanna. It's gonna go in an order, so just like
just follow. Yeah, I can see.
They're honestly also really eating it right now, and it is incredible. All right, so it all starts with Hassan Biker. We got to talk about this guy. Honestly, CNN is calling him out now because honestly, everyone's realizing that this dude's a parasite, and we need to get him out. So he quotes the Donald Trump tweet, the now fabled Donald Trump tweet. Again, one of the wildest ones ever. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have total and complete regime change, where smarter, different, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful could happen. Who knows? We'll find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long, complex history of the world, 47 years into extortion, corruption, and death, will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. Everyone that reads this tweet is retarded, except for me, because I was correct. So he posted this tweet yesterday. I made a video talking about it, and I was completely correct with all of my predictions, honestly. I said either Iran will capitulate and make a deal that's just good for us, and Trump will give us a ceasefire for a couple of weeks to reassess, or he'll obliterate them. And guess what? They completely folded. Because this was a pretty good freaking thread. I'm not going to lie. And then Hassan tweets, Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler.
Well, everybody got one.
Man, I love how everyone on the Democrat side is like, well, we never actually called Trump Hitler. All right, so just to be clear, and this is really awesome. Really, really awesome. Look at this.
We're all gonna, it's gonna be white.
Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler because he made a tweet and then got peace. I vaguely remember Adolf Hitler not making threats and then peace deals. I vaguely remember him doing other
you know what? It was
things,
one next to me. There was two.
Like,
and I got
everyone
one,
really just
and no
takes
one
this
got the one
tweet
next
as like
to me.
actual action. And they're all retarded because this tweet actually caused peace, and it's insane. So, Hassan made this other tweet. Democrats, you please impeach him. Please, we have to impeach him. Please, we're begging you. And other Democrats are crashing out on Hassan because I love watching Democrats eat each other alive. Because this is a fabled Hassan clip from before the 2024 election.
Democrats, if they were in charge right now, would be doing 100% the exact same thing.
Well, at least I
1
know I
to
died. It
1.
wasn't my fault.
Make no fucking mistake. Anyone who tries to tell you that Kamala Harris will be different
What's up,
is a
Jones?
fucking delusional moron. Do not listen to them.
Right, so this is him saying that the Democrats and the Republicans are the same, and we actually need a far-left, communist, Islamist party. Right, that's been what he's doing, and it's dividing the entire left, and that's why the left hates him right now. because he keeps promoting like these radical socialist Muslims. Every single person that he promotes is a radical socialist Muslim, essentially. Or they, fall on one or the other of those little ends of the spectrum. Zoran Mamdani, Omar Fateh, and all these other fuckers. Dr. Abdul Sayed, whatever his name is. All right, and he's going out promoting all these guys. And he's basically blasting the Democrats the entire time for not being more pro-terrorism. So the best part is, here we got Hassan, supporter over here, saying, you intentionally go to the context. You were talking about support for Israel. Community note, this is a lie. He was talking about Iran.
I'm standing right here.
Yeah, you're standing right in the middle of it. Yep.
Right, so anyway, so the Democrats hate him right now. So, of course,
Killer.
Hassan tweets,
Killer.
thank God it's Taco Tuesday. Right? Trump always chickens out. He's such a coward. What a pussy. My guy, you were just calling him Hitler for threatening a genocide, and you're calling him a chicken for not doing a genocide? like I love these people. Like, it's just Trump bad for everything. Trump bad for doing a genocide. Trump bad for not doing a genocide. It's just truly incredible. I'm with Hassan. Trump should have not chickened out and should have nuked them. True. This is the correct response every time someone calls Trump a chicken. It's like, you're so right. Trump should have just nuked them, bro. I'm totally with you.
Political, but 007 Last Light looks like poo straight from a butt. That wasn't political. I just think it's funny to preface things like that. Like, I'm sorry if that's controversial to say. I really don't understand where the hype for this game comes from. In some aspects, I think it could be good. I think the Hitman developers were the perfect choice for a 007 game, but then they revealed the gameplay of the 007 game, and it looks like fucking this. It's just an Uncharted clone. And like, if I wanted an Uncharted clone based on 007, I already have like 20 of them. One of them I used to play. It was the fucking Quantum of Solace game on the 360. I'm gonna put gameplay of the Quantum of Solace game from the 360 up on screen right now. I want you to tell me what makes the new 007 game so exciting when we already had the Quantum of Solace game on the 360. Which, in case you haven't played it, was not a good game. Like, do you guys remember the 360 era where it seemed like every fucking license was just being turned into a generic third-person shooter? That's all the new 007 game is. It's just a generic third-person shooter based on a famous license. It's just now games take way longer and way more money to make, so it's going to be even stupider when it comes out and gives us absolutely nothing unique and does nothing to capitalize on the uniqueness of the 007 brand. Like, I'm sorry, if I wanted Hitman, I would play Hitman. If I wanted Uncharted, I'd play Uncharted or one of the 5 million other games that ripped off Uncharted. Like, I was really excited for a Hitman style James Bond game. Use James Bond gadgets in the Hitman style to like steal information, steal intel, do cool covert ops things, but then instead the gameplay is just this.
What is that helmet actually?
Like, what James Bond movie just looks like this? It's just explosions and machine guns and James Bond tanking bullets for no reason. Like, and like, if you want an Uncharted clone, then that's fine, but why did James Bond's name have to be attached to it? I think that's my point. Like, I'm just gonna pull up this gameplay clip unedited, and I'm gonna give you my live commentary on this shit. All right, so we're shooting barrels. All right, cool. We're doing Gears of War cover systems. Oh my gosh, there's a guy that's so cool with some crazy motion blur. I hope to God I can turn that shit off. All right, just shooting, jumping. This is just Uncharted now, because when I want a fucking James Bond game, what I really want is Uncharted. Alright, terrible motion blur that takes forever for him to stand back up. Now we're just spamming a machine gun at the guy. Oh goody, there's hit markers. Hit markers in the James Bond game. Tons of crazy explosions. Wonderful, that's what I wanted. Slow motion powers, or maybe the frame rate just drops. Spamming machine guns at a car. This is just third-person Call of Duty now. Tons of explosions. Like, this is not what I think of when I think of a James Bond game. Wonderful, pre-animated takedowns. That looked kind of cool, even though physically it doesn't make sense.
Do you get your eyes to look like them, Captain?
And listen, I made my opinions clear. If you go to my Twitter feed, my opinions are very clear. You go ahead and scroll down on my Twitter feed, and it's just me shitting on the Mariners, I hate myself so much because I like the Seattle Mariners, and then, oh yeah, oops, here's a video game opinion. Which, I mean, not to get all baseball on you, which if you're still subscribed to me after all this time, you should probably expect me going all baseball on you. But if this season is starting how it intends to go on, I might just have to go all in on the Rockies this year. Like, something's going on with the Rockies, and I am so fucking here for it. It's about fucking time. And in a way, I almost appreciate the Mariners having a fucking incredible season last year, historic season last year in 2025, but because they're the Seattle Mariners, they have to take fucking 20-year breaks in between good seasons. So I guess I'll go back and check in on the Mariners 19 years from now, and then maybe they will be kind of okay. I hate this team so much, and I can't stop loving them. Why is Seattle sports just like this? Anyways, I didn't think it was controversial to say that this gameplay clip looked like poo from a butt, but I was going to show you some of my favorite responses that I got to this tweet of people being very upset with me for saying the game looked like poo from a butt. Because, like, also, here's the thing. If you don't think this looks like poo from a butt, I'm happy to hear your reasons why you don't think it looks like poo from a butt. But the reasons people are giving for me being the bad guy for saying this does look like poo from a butt, let's just say they have some very interesting reasons for being upset with me. I don't think the people who are excited for this game really understand why the people who aren't excited aren't excited, if you get what I'm saying. Alright, here we are. Brackman says, hive-minded. Y'all tried that with Crimson Desert, which I do find funny on two fronts. First of all, saying you're hive-minded for criticizing a thing that a lot of people are criticizing, like, maybe that's not hive mind, maybe there's just something wrong with it. I'll check back with you later to see what you think about that searing inside of mine. But the second part's really what makes me laugh. Y'all tried that with Crimson Desert. Like, who is y'all? And I responded, like, who the fuck is y'all? I have literally never publicly talked about Crimson Desert. Like, game looks fine. I was just not in the circles that were talking about that game. Also, from everything I can tell, Crimson Desert was a perfectly decent game. Crimson Desert was also trying to do a million different things at once, which is clearly not what I'm criticizing 007 for. 007 is doing like 2 things, and those 2 things have been done a million times before, and neither of those 2 things really fit the 007 identity, so why is it the 007 game? Like, what is this parallel you're drawing? And I mean, that's why I asked them, who is y'all? I've never talked about Crimson Desert. 23 hours ago, I eagerly await your response. Great One says, you just crack on with COD, mate. Yes, the only reason I have an issue with the way that the 007 game plays is because I'm just a COD fanboy. Yes, me, Joe from Seattle, is a COD fanboy because I don't like the gameplay that's being shown to me of the 007 game. The only reason I don't like the 007 game is because I just like Call of Duty too much. I love that the current era of the internet is one where you can get basically anybody's opinion on anything at any time, and yet we're just fucking saying things. I truly want to know how you could possibly think my issues, me specifically, I'm a public figure. Like, it sounds kind of pompous, but it's like, I have 20,000 subs. It's kind of my thing to give my opinion on gaming. You can get my opinion on Call of Duty with the touch of a Google. That sounded kind of wrong. With the touch of a Google. But it's like, you can, you know? But no, that's too hard. That's too hard. Sharing information with the entire universe and getting information on anybody in said universe is easier now than it ever has been before. But fuck all that. You just don't like the 007 game because you like Call of Duty too much. Great 12110, I'm going to take ownership of your mailbox. You don't get mail anymore. You're not smart enough to have mail. I'm getting all of your mail. Fuck my ass. Why did I put fucking Cal Ripken Jr. in center field? God damn it. Why did I do that? Nobody even likes Cal Ripken Jr. That's not true. Everyone likes Cal Ripken Jr. But why the fuck did I put him in center field? This one's fun. Geo says, you're just upset it's not a Sony exclusive. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Joe from Seattle is upset that something is not a Sony exclusive. That's what's going on here. Sure. Like, I'm not asking everyone to know all of my opinions all the time. Don't misquote me. That's not what I'm asking. But frankly, I think there's some funny things to be discerned from this tweet. Oh, you're just upset it's not a Sony exclusive. No, I'm upset because it looks like shit, and it does nothing to actually capitalize on the 007 brand. If it was a Sony exclusive, I would say the exact same things. It looks like shit, it looks generic, it looks derivative, and it does nothing to convince me this is actually like a 007 experience. But really look at this tweet. You're just upset it's not a Sony exclusive, implying that you actually do think it looks good. You think it looks good, and you think I only don't think it looks good because it's not a Sony exclusive. So, the guy trying to take the high horse in the gaming debate thinks this fucking generic, over-budgeted, derivative garbage looks good, and you're trying to high horse me. I bet you're a fucking Astros fan. Like, just looking at this profile picture, I just fucking know it. You're a fucking Astros fan. I just have that feeling in my heart. You watch the Astros, and you're really proud of that World Series win. You're so proud of it. Yeah, dude, Astros are a top-tier team. They're so good. Literally did not earn the World Series win, but dude, I love the Astros. I love them. And like, I get it. You're lashing out. You just got swept by a fucking purple Triceratops. That's fucking embarrassing. Raggy says games aren't even out and people basing opinions on alpha footage. Shaking my head. See, this is something I just don't get. Like, don't base your opinions on the alpha footage. Okay, if they didn't want me to base my opinions on the gameplay, why did they show me the gameplay? Like really think about this. They showed you gameplay with the intention of that selling you on the game. And I think what they showed me doesn't look good. And you're like, yeah, well, it's just alpha footage, bro. Don't get upset. Like, don't judge it based on that. It's alpha footage. But then at the same time, you are like, man, I love this game. It looks great because of the alpha footage. Like, dude, either we can judge the game based on alpha footage or we can't. It's one or the other. I see what is apparently alpha footage. I think it looks like ass. And you're like, don't judge it, man. It's alpha footage. But then why are you so defensive of it if it's alpha footage? You're saying the game looks good because of the alpha footage. So can we judge the game based on the alpha footage or not? Firebreather says respectfully, your opinion is shit. Wonderful contribution. I really understand why you think my opinion is wrong. I totally understand it. But also, Firebreather is on my channel every 5 minutes for sucking off Sony, so I'm not surprised that you think the generic Uncharted clone looks awesome. Which, like, that's the other thing, too. I would think that the Sony fanboys would be the most upset about this. Because it's like, Uncharted's been around for fucking years, fucking over a decade now, like a decade and a half. When did Uncharted 1 come out? 2008, and now here comes a big budget game that's just trying to do what Uncharted did, and it's doing it worse. Like, I thought the PlayStation guys out of everyone would be the most annoyed at the 007 gameplay, but no, I'm sorry for trying to apply logic to people who have no brains. That's on me. I'll just go kill myself. Pollo Imperial. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. He says, I like it. Hope the gameplay is great. You guys are junkies on graphics. Let me read that again. I like it. I hope the gameplay is great. I like it. I hope the gameplay is great. Do you see the problem right now? Do you understand? You like it, but you hope the gameplay is great. So you like the video game when, by your own admission, you do not have a firm understanding on how the game plays. You like the video game even though you don't know how the video game plays. This is the #1 fucking problem with AAA gaming. People who openly and completely unashamedly do not play video games, judging video games. And those people are who get taken seriously because they are the majority audience. Cal Ripken Jr., why the fuck are you? That's the second time this game you've just dropped something. Hang on, I'm taking your fucking ass out of center field. I wanted Cal Ripken on my team, but the fucker cannot catch anything. And he has a 10 out of 10 rating for fielding, so why are you dropping everything that's hit to you? Okay, I have a few more comments to read. This one says, you do know this was alpha footage, right? I swear to God, you people don't like anything. Again, if they don't want the alpha footage to sell me on the game, why are they showing me the footage? You can't have it both ways. Either the footage is representative of the game, or it's not. It's one or the other. Either the alpha footage is representative of the game, or it's not. Make your fucking mind up. Take the corporate cock out of your mouth and make up your fucking mind. Does alpha footage matter or not? Chelsea says, why though? I think it looks neat. Haven't seen a Bond game in a minute either. Yeah, it's because there haven't been any. Because the whole reason they stopped making Bond games was because nobody was buying them. And the reason why nobody was buying them was because they were all derivative and didn't take proper advantage of the 007 license. Are we seeing the irony of the situation? James says combat looks fun as shit and real fluid, especially the close quarters hand to hand. Yeah, no, dude, the close quarters combat looks awesome. You know, the close quarters combat, which is all pre-animated and has no input from the player. Looks real fluid. James, I would fucking hope so. There's no input from the player. That's the whole fucking problem. Remember this Geo guy? He's actually trying to argue with me right now. This is happening while I'm editing the video. I'm putting the arguments up on screen. These are the worst arguments I've ever seen in my life, and I just looked at his bio, and this bro says he's been PS5 gaming since 1989. He's been PS5 gaming since 1989. This is the average IQ of the target audience of the slop that this game is. That is if you want a thesis, if you want an overall point that I'm making with this video, this is it. A big budget company, and by big budget I mean fucking Amazon, buys up the 007 gaming license and decides not to take advantage of the 007 universe, not to take advantage of the 007 gadgets or what they could do with that, and instead makes an Uncharted club. Why? Because they are trying to appeal to people who are so fucking stupid that they think they've been playing on the PS5 since 1989. I have nothing else to say. Doofus Club time. QB, Nate, Oracle, Drift Bandit, Max V2 Gaming, Stick Rider, Muskie, Biogenesis, Pokes, Onyx, Pickle 11, Bowler Hat, Biscuit 111, Snake, Blue Hook, Joy, dare you to play Superman 64, you coward, Partial, mean 8, Jack Candy, listen to Curbside Anthem, Platypoi, Hit, Sensen, Thui. Where'd I get Thui from? There's no TH in there. Hentai, Ability, Uncharted, Avatar, Steven loves how Joe says Disquete. Gaming with people, the Gamer 127YT, Chris Void, Jake Spider Monkey 994, hashtag 949, hashtag 494. I hate that so much. I can't explain why. I just hate it. Floppy Pingus 97, Hyperactive Turtle, Grims Z. Fuck. Cards, Official Dregs, Google the Harpeggians, Maze Instrument, Blaster, 40 Mayo, Satsuna, West of Rex, Ion 6, Slick, Click, Flicks, the Blu-ray Disc, Delta 169, Baron Von Vodaham, Unicorn, Rocco, AI, Slop, Mix, Microsoft, Kish, Good, Doug, Nixie, Smile, Dirty, Make the Boys, I'll Anthem, your Curbside for 12 dozen eggs on Tuesday. It's Thursday right now. I'm fucking scared. It's a hard nug life. One man savage. No payoff. Vector. Vanilla. Argent. Mechanical. Wait. Fuck. Sick Nick. Mad Fox. 94. Exchange Induction. Broken Crown. Pope Raw for the racking. Skid marks in the butthole of Poop Loose. Vast Dennis. Klepto Penguin. Jojo 6. Mold Theme. Jimmy Chops. Master Killer. Tom. Unknown 8718. Charlie the Unicorn from Charlie Mountain. Charlie Mountain Cave. Candy Mountain Cave. Charlie. Ed Shadow Bear 17. Benefonu. T-Train. Disquete. And Envola. High Vox. Snake Eyes 327. MK2396. EX Maka Gamma. Fire has 105. Tech Gaming. Slim Jam. Laura Bowers the second. Joel Laps. Nuss the Mo. Gay. Local Gold Hours. And BC Gamma. Jessica Shepard. Wiggins Power. Dick Davy. DL says 5. Touchman. No place. The video game. Stream the Steel Angel. Leave the art direction alone. NVIDIA. Fuck LSS 5. Cyrus 6771. X940. Ziggity. 3 Word 23. Max Chap. Totally insane. Black Cobra, the Anwa Slayer, Night of Zephyr, MO04, Wolf of the Night, Eka, W Sequence, Nicholas Film, Kraken, Ohm Gaming Tree, Brown Thorns, Game Maganex, Separate, MS, Blue, Scotland, for Wires, About Donnie Weston, Gob Gonson, Roll, Winter 919, Zach Thang, Came Out for Hire, Ellen Noble, Frost Crystal, Scruffy Skull, Ghost Ho, Rhea Soggy, Raptor Tim, Ominous F94, When in Doubt, Face the Wind, Wank It Out, Mr. Techno Squeak, Jody Pettis, Smitty, Werber, Jagger, Menjensen?
What?
Seth Curry with 3 minutes to go in the game for no reason. In the penalty. I get fined when I do wrong. Just fine the hell out of people. You know, we love saw a team tonight foul Seth Curry with 3 minutes to go in the game for no reason. In the penalty. I get fined when I do wrong. Just fine the hell out of people. You know, we love taking money from players. Keep fining the teams. I've seen 2 fines. And we all know everybody tank. But you've seen 2 fines. If it was players, snatch that money in a heartbeat.
They actually decided just to actually
Why isn't
ban
it the
that.
same?
You know, it's not very often that I agree
They
with
might.
Draymond Green. I think Draymond Green's the
They
most
banned it
overrated player in the
for
history
NA.
of the NBA. Now, to his credit,
The actual card game.
he is a role player who found a way to elevate himself into being a superstar. But one of the things I've always respected about Draymond Green, he is not afraid to speak his mind. I don't always agree with what he's saying, but if Draymond Green says something, I don't have to question the authenticity. I don't have to question whether Draymond Green is being real. His recent comments on the NBA expanding, his recent comments on the NBA adding 2 additional teams, Draymond Green's absolutely right. Damn near half the league is tanking, and you want to add 2 more losing teams? The product is unwatchable during the regular season, and Adam Silver wants to water it down even more? I respect the fact that Draymond Green was willing to call out Adam Silver Tuesday night, because that is
We're set up our
exactly
next
who
opponent.
his
Who the hell is this?
comments were directed towards.
Wicked
Draymond
Thunder?
Green was calling out the weak leadership of Adam Silver.
No, it's not Wicked Thunder.
Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description
No,
below.
they're showing off,
Tuesday
wait
night,
a
the
minute,
Rainbow Warriors. They were
my
playing
God,
the
stop it,
Queens
stop
from
it.
Sacramento. Late in the game, the
I'm in a
Kings, who
cutscene
were
still,
one of the
showing off
worst
Wicked
teams
Thunder.
in the league, they have a rare lead. They're on the verge of achieving the impossible and actually winning a game. But instead of winning the game, the Kings intentionally foul Seth Curry with a lead. They intentionally foul one of the best free throw shooters in the NBA. Long story short, the Kings achieved their goal of losing the lead, and they increased their lottery odds by losing the game. This is supposed to be the most exciting part of the NBA regular season. After the All-Star break, teams are
Let me know when you're
supposed
done
to be
eating, 'cause
battling
I'm-
for playoff positioning. In a regular season
Dude,
where the vast
this is a
majority of
fucking
games
brick.
do not
That's
matter,
insane.
the
Okay,
2
I
months
literally
from
can't do anything
mid-February
here.
to mid-April, this is supposed to be the
Gonna not
best
play
part of the
anything.
regular season. But instead of teams fighting for the playoffs, half
I
the
have 2 one-up
league is
cards
fighting
that
for the
literally
damn
you cannot
lottery.
play with each other
Instead
ever,
of
yeah.
teams trying to win, nearly half the league is trying to lose. And it's been this way all season. Teams like the Jazz, the Wizards, they started tanking in December. Over the last few weeks, I have seen a lot of people coming up with ways to fix the NBA. I have seen suggestions on how to fix the draft lottery. I have seen some claiming that the regular season needs to be shortened. They need to eliminate some games. I've seen people making suggestions on how to prevent injuries to star players. I've seen all these suggestions, but I've yet to see anyone address the real problem. In most cases, when an organization is struggling, the problems start at the top. And that is damn sure the case with the NBA. The problems in this league are not going to be resolved until they replace Adam Silver. Draymond Green gave a perfect example. He highlighted the weak leadership of Adam Silver. He highlighted the reactionary leadership of Adam Silver. Leaders are not reactive. Leaders are proactive. A couple of months ago, when tanking in the NBA entered the mainstream discourse, Adam Silver fined 2 NBA teams for tanking. Damn near half the league is tanking, but only 2 teams got fined. Why? Because once the backlash subsided, Adam Silver refused to further address the problem. Remember last month when the Atlanta Hawks were planning a celebration of strippers?
Worst possible, going first hand. I am fucked because of this one. He's gonna make a fuck that I can't deal with because I don't have Link monsters. I will surrender because I already know where this goes. I don't have the brick cards to deal with it. Every time it burns.
All right, turn this quest in.
I get go second again.
The event never should have been approved to begin with. But the Hawks, they sent out a promotion on social media. Backlash builds. A week later, Adam Silver steps in and cancels the celebration. Another example of his reactionary leadership. Adam Silver has been the commissioner of this league for over 10 years now. Outside of swindling the networks out of billions of dollars for the rights to broadcast a substandard product during the regular season, outside of that, I cannot think of a single positive contribution of Adam Silver's leadership of the NBA.
It's time, Ted.
And I've been saying the same thing for 6 years now. During the summer of Woke Love back in 2020, when Adam Silver allowed the NBA to embrace mythical racism, when he allowed ratings for the NBA Finals to circle the pooper, I knew then, this dude doesn't have
very important thing that you
doesn't have what it takes
yeah,
to
please,
be a
man.
leader
What the
of
fuck?
men.
God
And
damn.
here we are 6 years later, and the problems in the NBA continue to be magnified, and they don't have a leader who is willing to address it, or who's even capable of addressing it.
It is him.
It's a Brute Bomber, not the Brute
Sound off in
Abominator.
the comments below. I'll see you guys
What?
later.
There's
on the
2 versions of this motherfucker? So I can Ted just baited me. Or I baited myself.
I think that's more accurate.
I was gonna say I never said that there was one I haven't told you anything about like what it is.
Greetings, you over 1 million filthy mudbloods and 40% who haven't subscribed yet. I don't think I'm going out on a limb here by saying the Harry Potter backlash has gone nuclear. Too soon? Anyway, over the past week, something incredible has happened, and no, it's not
what
just
he is?
Saturday Night Live making a skit that was
He's a
actually
heel,
funny, although we'll get to that,
He's a
believe me.
fucking heel.
Aside from that, it has been astounding in these dark, divisive times to see so many people united with one voice across all demographics, men and women, young and old, fat or thin, the gays, the lesbians, bisexuals. We'll leave the T out of this one. People who love pineapple pizza, people who don't love pineapple pizza, Crips, Bloods, capitalists, communists, Democrats, Republicans, libertarians, and they don't agree with anybody on anything. The Snyder Bros, the Gun Bros, and people who Republicans, fatter of pineapple pizza, people who don't love pineapple pizza, Crips, Bloods, capitalists, communists, Democrats, Republicans, libertarians, and they don't agree with anybody on anything. The Snyder Bros, the Gun Bros, and people who don't even care about Harry Potter have come together in this one instance, and we found something we can all agree on. The casting of Black Snape sucks, and HBO is finding out much sooner than expected the consequences of one bad decision. And now we're seeing the same amount of red flags that Johnny Depp ignored when he started dating Amber Heard, and the problems for HBO's billion-dollar series have only begun with one ill-advised casting choice. It's a tale as old as modern Hollywood, which started between 2015 and 16, depending on who you talk to. Giant corporate studio spends hundreds of millions to billions to either buy or maintain the rights of beloved intellectual property, the value of which is in the built-in fan base that they can exploit. And while most of the Western franchises have been bled dry, arguably up until very recently, Harry Potter is the most healthy, having generated $8 billion in book sales since 1997. The Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts films have collectively grossed $9.6 billion. Harry Potter merchandise, including toys, clothing, and collectibles, has generated over $7 billion in total lifetime sales. Hogwarts Legacy grossed over $1 billion, and the Harry Potter full cast audio editions over on Audible saw record sales, with Pottermore Limited Publishing posting revenue of $72.6 million in the last 12 months. By the way, how's that boycott working out for you?
How about that?
Of course, announcing a Harry Potter show on HBO was an absolute no-brainer that every Harry Potter fan was looking forward to. It could do what the movies couldn't, dive deeper into the books. The roadmap was there. For some easy money, all they had to do was be as faithful with the adaptation as possible and get the cast right. So back to that tale that's as old as modern Hollywood. Of course, the showrunners looked at all of that success and thought they could actually improve on it by completely changing it. And if you're starting to get Rings of Power vibes with HBO's Harry Potter, you're not alone. Let's look at the similarities following the hype after the announcement of both the Rings of Power and Harry Potter, ultimately two shows that are going to cost both studios billions. Both shows receive immediate fan backlash over inauthentic casting. Both shows' initial trailers were preceded by preemptive PR campaigns that used the narrative of toxic fandom to shield them from criticism. And shockingly, there is another similarity that, quite frankly, I did not think would happen. As you all know, the first official Rings of Power trailer was ratioed into oblivion, and inexplicably and unbelievably, the Harry Potter trailer is about to be ratioed. At time of recording, the Harry Potter teaser trailer on YouTube is currently sitting at 267,000 likes to 264,000 dislikes.
Damn! But wait! There's more!
And just like the initial Rings of Power trailer, HBO's Harry Potter trailer is ratioed worldwide. There's HBO Max Nordic, HBO Max Australia, HBO Max Germany, and HBO Max Asia. And 100% of those ratios come from the casting of Black Snape. And if anyone's under the impression that those ratios come from the people who don't like J.K. Rowling, who's considered controversial for having one common sense view on one particular issue, I don't hate to tell you that there aren't enough of you to make a difference, and all I have to do is refer back to the best-selling books, movies, video games, audiobooks, the billions in merchandise sold, and the crowded theme parks. Incidentally, just a couple of weeks ago at Universal Orlando, yours truly, the Critical Drinker, and my wife all got to ride Hagrid, and it was wonderful.
No more questions. Don't ask any more questions.
Anyway, if you have any doubt where these ratios come from, all you have to do is go to any of the selected channels and look at the comment section. It is now dominated by one subject, Black Snape. And if you don't don't think HBO's absolutely shitting themselves, so I've got some Paramount stock to sell you. The proof of that will be HBO running some damage control and rolling out a behind-the-scenes documentary 8 months before the series comes out. Normally, these behind-the-scenes are shown during or after a show drops, and unfortunately for HBO, it didn't help. As a matter of fact, it made things worse. Let's go back to the commonalities with the Rings of Power, where producer Lindsay Weber infamously said, "It felt only natural to us that Tolkien's world would reflect what the world actually looks like." While in this special they weren't that direct, they definitely insinuated it with one key word, a word no discerning fan wants to hear from modern Hollywood when they're adapting their favorite story.
To reimagine the Harry Potter canon, to let it breathe. We get to enact all the things that you know are going on in the wings, but you don't see them.
We really wanted to celebrate it as a moment to do things a little bit differently.
That's right. The good old updated for a modern audience was insinuated throughout this special. And when they weren't outright telling us, they were showing us.
This motherfucker is going to get us banned from fucking queuing for 30 minutes.
GBK.
Beat his ass. This is a GBK moment. Yep. Fucking.